Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the W. I appreciate you joining me today. Today, I'm excited because I finally get to do a little bit of fabricating. I've already started just a little bit on this 1 point hitch. I went ahead and cut that off right here. You see, all this is a nut. And if you look on the inside of it, all it is threads. And it was welded on here from the factory. If you look down inside of yours, you'll see the same thing. Um, It just hooks right there. I don't know whether this thing actually bolts in or it's supposed to have a pin. Maybe y'all can tell me. If it's supposed to have a pin, I'm gonna go back with a pin instead of these bolts. But we've gotten that cut loose. Now we've gotten that cut off. Now what we're gonna do is take this rod right here and we're gonna weld that nut in right there. That way we have something that will spin. Now, the whole reason that I cut this off right here is because these threads are completely rounded off. They're almost smooth on the inside. And I could have retapped it, but that would have I'd have been having to drill this out even more than what it already is to accept a bigger rod. And to me, it wouldn't have looked right and it would have messed with the structural integrity of this. So therefore, I didn't want to do it. I figured just go ahead, cut that off, weld a nut on, and we're going to be good. So let's go over to the shop. Let's get the nut tacked onto this. It's already cleaned up. I've got a semi bevel on it. I may put a little bit more of a bevel on it. That way we get some good penetration. We're going to get it tacked. Then we're going to get preheated. And then we're going to weld it up. As you can see, I got a pretty decent fit on it. It's not the best in the world, but it is square, and everything's beveled up pretty good. Um, there's not a gap in it. I don't think I'm gonna put one in it either because I don't want the slag or anything going off inside of here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fuse the two together pretty good. I got a good bevel on it. I think I'm gonna get very good penetration with it. So I don't think I gotta worry about anything. We're gonna get that welded up. First, we gotta get it preheated. Uh, then we'll get it welded up. And the way I got it held inside of it, I got this rod. I got a jam nut right there, and then it is screwed into here and held up against it. So this way it holds everything together, holds it square, all that, where I can get a tack. All right, so you can see I got it tacked up all the way around. Looks good. Now I just gotta feather all my tacks out real good, and then we'll preheat and we'll get ready to weld it up. We got everything preheated. Everything's looking good. Everything's nice and toasty. So now, even my rods are preheated. Uh, We're gonna run a root pass in here. This is 9018. What we're gonna do. Me and my dad talked about it. We both feel like 9018 is gonna be the best option to run these roots in here, and just to give it a little bit more structural integrity. I checked the MIG on the inside and it did not push through. Let's get that out of the way so I don't trip on it. It did not push through. Therefore, I'm going to stick weld it. And we're going to see just what happens. So, let's try it. I got my amp set on about 75. You know what? I'm going to bump them back up. I'm going to bump it up to 80. We're going to see how it looks. 9018 loves to be hot as far as your metal. So we're going to start on a tack, get it good and hot, just like a 60-10 or something, and then we're going to go all the way to our next tack and tie in. Let's see how much I remember how to weld. That was a really good tie-in. Let's go over here. Flowed good. I liked it. Ooh, I just barely made that tie-in. I forgot a little bit of welding, but I didn't forget a whole lot. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to clean the slag off of it and get it brushed up real good. And we're going to try to keep a little bit of heat on it until it cools down a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind everything smooth, check for porosity and all that stuff, and then we're going to weld it again. We're going to go back with a hot pass. So I think that root done really good. It pushed very well. And for anybody who knows anything about welding, this old metal, I didn't pull any trash hardly at all out of it. I pulled a lot of trash out of this nut. I didn't pull a whole lot of trash out of this old metal right here, which is good. Now, let me get some heat on it real quick. I got to do this fairly quickly. That way it don't crack. Man, this thing is welding beautifully. I had one spot. If you look, let's see if I can get it to focus in. Right here, I had a little bit what might have been entraption. I don't know. But either way, it looks great now. I ground it out. Everything looks good. Now I'm about to throw a hot pass in it. So watch y'all's eyes. All right. Where do I want to start? Let's start right here. And we're going to come around. That way, at the top, I can build this right here up because this is where I had to grind a lot out. All right. All right, let me clean this up just a hair with the grinder, and then we're gonna take a look at it. All right, so I got everything ground down nice and smooth, and I think I'm gonna put one more on it just to cap it. This metal has welded a lot better than I thought it would, and it's still doing great. I'm actually very pleased with it. But as you can tell, all this is weld, because look how far I am away from that Zerk fitting, and you paid attention to it, you would have seen we was pretty close to that. So I'm on. It's still got plenty of heat left in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put one more pass all the way around it, and yeah, that's gonna be it, unless I screw up. Seeing as how we ain't got a reference on how long this is supposed to be, all we got is dead is 140 to go off of. So bring it all the way up, and we're gonna measure the center of this eye right here to top right here, and that's 14 1/8 right there. All right, I cut mine just a little bit long. That way I can have a little bit of extra material to play with. So, but that's how she turned out. Now I've got to, of course, clean everything up and paint it, and I've got to shorten my piece right there in the middle, my little stopper, drill a hole in it, and all that. But for the most part, man, it's done. Uh, Besides, the cleaning up and all that stuff, this one's in the books. So uh, now next thing is the handle. I've started on it already, and y'all, all I had was a piece of 3/4 inch rebar. So I cut, bent a piece of rebar, and it's long right now. It's rough shaped. That's all. I've got to cut it and shape it a little bit more, but I'm not gonna do that on this video. I probably won't even film it at all, because that kind of stuff takes a long time to do, and I'm sure y'all don't want to sit through that. So that's what I got left, and of course my grip. I've got to make a grip and all that, and I've got to get it where it swivels and everything. But the reason I'm making the handle instead of buying one, these handles right here are anywhere from $50 to $75, and I really didn't want to pay $50 to $75 just for a handle. I'm already having to order metal to fix other pieces on this. So I took some scrap that I had laying around. It's free. All it takes is a little bit of work. So, but in a nutshell, that's what's going on right now with this, and that's how you get one fixed. I appreciate y'all joining me. Hope y'all come back. Next time we'll be working on 1 point a little bit more. We'll be taking it out, welding a few things up, fixing a few things, and all this stuff, and breaking it down piece by piece, seeing what's broken, what needs to be fixed, what has to be cut out, and all that. So y'all come on back for that. We'll have that whole one point taken out and fixed. Well, not taken out. I'm not gonna say fixed. It'll be taken out. So appreciate y'all tagging along with me today. And remember, until next time, Roman's not coming back anymore, but Jesus is. So y'all get ready for it. We'll catch y'all in the next one.